What's going on, people? Welcome back to Curtis Shaw TV. Back with another live stream today. Get your syrup ready, people. Press conference reaction business. More waffles than bird's eye. Let's hear the latest from the manager, Mikel Arteta. And we'll be looking ahead to the game tomorrow. You know, after 2 nights of goals, of excitement, of Champions League football, of supreme levels of football, it all ends tomorrow, people, because Arsenal are back. Arsenal host Aston Villa tomorrow night at the Emirates, and the stress-free watch-alongs are well and truly over. While this manager continues, I don't believe I'll get to watch any Arsenal game with no stress. It's going to be pure stress every time we turn up, people. Big up to all of you. Thank you for tuning in today. On this Thursday, we'll be talking about Lacazette, press conference reaction from Mikel Arteta, and Saliba and Guendouzi make Team of the Week again. But according to a certain manager, these two players are not good enough for Arsenal Football Club. I prefer not to speak. If I speak, I am in big, big trouble. Hope you're all well. Big up to everyone for tuning in. Make sure you smash a like on the video and make sure you subscribe. If you haven't already, people, let me just see who's in here and a few comments. On that Jamaican time. Yeah, man, I'm here, people. I'm here. I think I was about 30 seconds late. Martin said the press conference was extra waffle. Get the syrup ready, people. Craig just came in on violence. Afternoon, Curtis Arteta out. Listen, when I have a Nelka on the background screen, that's when I'm about to, let loose on this manager. I don't want to hear no excuses from this manager today. I don't want to hear, oh, we're playing on Monday and then we're playing on Friday. I don't want to hear none of that. He better talk the things today in the press conference because my patience is wearing thin with this manager. The Souk background, man, I'm telling you, people don't know how good this guy was for Arsenal. What a player. What a player. But big up to all of you for tuning in. And man said the syrup is ready. Tough crowd today. I'm telling you, man, people have had enough of Arteta, man. Some of the biggest Arteta fans are now starting to tweet things like, I'm not really happy with the way we're playing and things like that. Do you know what I mean? People are starting to turn on him. They've had enough. They've had enough. Like Daniel said last night, Halloween's coming up, but it's been scary at Arsenal for over 18 months with this manager in charge. You know what I'm saying? The tactics are a madness. Ember, I'm big up Big C, the mods, and everyone from the community. Yes. Stacey said, Curtis, your humor is class. Listen, if you can't smile and laugh when you're an Arsenal fan, you're going to have a tough time because real talk, this club will stress you out if you let it. Big up James says, big up from Berlin. Bloody windy here, mate. Yo, it's windy here as well, bro. I'm telling you. Enough is enough. Even Julian at AFTV is changing his tune. And when he changes his tune, you're in trouble. Do you know what I'm saying? Because he's like Ty, ultra positive. Listen, let's look ahead to a few things. We're not doing the press conference straight away. I'm going to put slow mode on because I don't want to miss the comments. Big up to all of you for tuning in today. Let's start off with Alexander Lacazette. He's being linked with a move today, people. And I just wanted to get your thoughts on a few things regarding Lacazette. I believe the manager was asked about him in the press conference. There's a report coming out of Italy today. Inter Milan are ready with a 3-year deal, 4.5 million euros a season for Alexander Lacazette. This is an end-of-season move, by the way. This is not a January move with cash. This is straight free transfer, end of the season, on a free. Now, that move, I think, would tempt Lacazette. Number one, I think the Italian league would suit him. It's a little bit slower, back to goal football a lot of the time. I think he really suits that. They want a striker to go in there. Obviously, they signed Dzeko to replace Lukaku to go and play with Lautaro Martinez. But the question I kind of want to ask is, and I believe Arteta was asked about Lacazette in the press conference, but I haven't actually seen his response to it yet. Is Lacazette one of those players that we're going to miss him when he leaves the football club? Or are you in the category that we paid 50 million, we needed a goal scorer, and he hasn't fulfilled the potential that he showed in France? I've always liked Lacazette. I've always felt he was a very intelligent, very hard-working footballer. But the reality is we paid 50 million for an upgrade on Olivier Giroud. And I'm still not sure whether Lacazette has been better than Olivier Giroud, and certainly not in terms of the numbers. The problem we have with Lacazette as well, he earns £170,000 a week. He's 30 years of age. He's probably going to decline. I don't think he's going to get much better. It's just the problem for me. He has a lot of qualities that we lack, but we'll probably have to get them from elsewhere. I saw today, people, that Calvert-Lewin has been injured again. Seems to be getting a lot of muscle injuries. This is a striker that Arsenal have been linked with in recent weeks. And for some reason, Calvert-Lewin is seriously injury prone at the moment. Probably not me, said, to me, he is a lesser version of Giroud. That's a good question. That's a good debate. Do you think Lacazette is better than Giroud? Or do you think Lacazette has been better than Giroud at Arsenal? Let me know in the comments. Alvin said kind of both, if I'm honest. Lacazette being here 4 years, not good enough. Token said, I honestly don't think he'll be hugely missed. He links up well, but just not enough goals. Like I said, he's never scored 15 goals in a Premier League season. For me, that's not good enough for a £50 million striker. Do I like Lacazette? I do. I think he's a good hold-up player, good link player. If we had wingers that scored 15 goals a season, you could probably get away with Lacazette. The fact our wingers don't score goals means that Lacazette's numbers get seriously put under scrutiny. Omar said the same level. Kaya said Lacazette over Giroud. I think he hasn't played enough, says Harvey. I mean, I think the first season, he had a free hit at it, really, until Aubameyang came in the January and still wasn't mashing up the place, you know. I just like him as a player, but I think he will go. Big up Sheku. Thank you for becoming a member on the channel. Really appreciate it. Always look out on the community page for the updates, and I will let people know for the member streams. Obviously, a chance for you to come on. He hasn't fulfilled the potential because we haven't played to his strengths, that Arsenal tax. It's crazy, isn't it? How a guy can come in with such an elite goal record and suddenly goes downhill, you know, or is it him as he struggled in the Prem? South London's finally says Giroud over Lacazette. Giroud gave us aerial threat that we haven't had since as post-human. Yeah, I mean, we definitely struggle. Marvu in here trolling again. I haven't actually seen his name yet, to be honest. Craig says between the two, 50-50. Where's Marvu at, man? He's trolling daily at the moment. Hey, you better relax, man, because I'm sure Lukaku got injured. There he goes, look. Laka is a French Benteke. Yeah. Hey, listen, you better make sure you got a striker the next few weeks, yeah, because Lukaku's injured. I think Werner's injured yesterday. They need a striker. Man's the ultimate troll, you know. We're used to him now, though. We're used to him. Osama said, I think Rafa Silva from Benfica would be a great fit for us. He's rapid, by the way. South London's finally said, we didn't play to Aubameyang's strengths, but he still banged goals. And it's interesting because I think that Lacazette, I just think the problem, they shouldn't have let him go on a free. Man said, quick meltdown. I'm telling you, man. And I just wanted to show you this because I think some people sometimes forget how good that this man has been for us. Travis Scott FC, mate. I'm the highest in the room for real. Butterfly effect, whatever you want to call it. This man, when he leaves this football club, people will only really appreciate the worth of this guy when he leaves the football club. Has he been inconsistent recently? Yeah, last season and going into this season, he wasn't at his best. But how many strikers would fulfill those type of numbers in this team in the last 2 or 3 years? We have been a disgrace the last 2 years. We've been dreadful. We finished outside the top 7 the past 2 years. We're out of Europe. Some of our football has been awful. Look at these numbers, people, if you're looking. If you're listening in, I'll read it out. Since making his Arsenal debut on the 3rd of February 2018, Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang has scored 91 goals in 156 appearances. The only Premier League players to score more than him in all competitions during that same period are Mo Salah and Harry Kane. Mo Salah's got 109 in 180 games. So Aubameyang's 18 behind Salah in 24 games. And Kane's got 99 in 151. So Kane's actually scored more in less games. But apart from that, you know, no Vardy, no Aguero, No, none of that. Aubameyang. Bad man striker, people, with little creativity. Travis Scott settings, people. You know what I'm saying? Oba. We have to respect him. We have to respect him. The guy's produced. And I think he probably sits there at times and feels like he's been let down. Sometimes as fans, we pick out him and say, you know, he's not doing enough. Sometimes I think of the club not done enough. Why did we not build around him? At one stage, people were saying he's potentially the best striker in the Prem, along with Aguero and probably Kane. Salah I consider more as a winger, although a goal-scoring winger. We needed to build around him. We needed to get that team around him. Get two wingers that can get you 10 to 15 goals a season. Get the number 10 that can score you 10 goals. I think we rested on our laurels too much and allowed him to take all the responsibility. The likes of Lacazette, the likes of Pepe, the likes of Saka, Smith Rowe, they haven't taken that goal responsibility off his shoulders. And I think he deserves a lot of respect. The thing with Aubameyang, what I've always said, people, the last top quality striker that I would say Arsenal had pre-Aubameyang was Robin van Persie. Now, Robin van Persie had a lot more to his game than Aubameyang. I think Aubameyang is an elite goal scorer, not an elite footballer. And I think sometimes people have looked at what he can't do rather than what he does do very well. And for me, I think he's a fantastic player. You know, you put him in that Liverpool team, I think he scores 25 goals. You put him in that Manchester City team, he probably gets 30 goals. You know, great movement. Just need to create chances for him. And he's 31 now. He needs more chances created for him the older he gets. Man said, Obama blood clot, young. Shout out troops. Robbo said, what? Not a fan of Shamak? Yo, Shamak, you know, that man gave me some stress. I thought he was going to be really good when we signed him. He'd done bits in France as well. He came here and just flopped real quick. Aubameyang in the Emery era is lethal. Daniel, spot on. Under Emery, man. Top goal scorer, golden boot winner in the Prem. Looked like the best striker in the Prem for me at that time. He was lethal. How are you forgetting Lucas Perez? Oh, man. The Spanish Jamie Vardy, they called him. Jeez, he definitely didn't work. He wasn't a bad player, though, I didn't think. But it just, yeah, it wasn't a successful signing. Bless up Curtis and everyone in the chat. Big up to Pistachio. His movement in the box is second to none. I'm telling you now. You put Aubameyang in the Man City team now, they win the title, in my opinion. Because he would score 25 goals, I think, in that team with the amount of chances that they create. Imagine him with the likes of Foden and players like that. It'd be unbelievable. Dennis says, congrats on the award. Thank you very much, bro. Appreciate that. I think most of you have heard about it now, but some of you probably haven't tuned in for a few days or whatever. Moses said, if we don't win tomorrow, for me, Conte, and bro, tomorrow does not dictate whether I want Conte or Ten Hag or so. Even if we win tomorrow, give me Conte, give me Zidane, give me Ten Hag, give me Brendan Rodgers. Just, you know, I don't know. I feel like now I've been holding it down this season, you know, with the Arteta outs talk. I've been real calm. I haven't called any of my shows Arteta out. I haven't really been saying it too loud. But right now, I'm in a very, I don't know, it's a tender situation right now with this manager. I feel very frustrated with what I'm seeing at Arsenal at the moment. And I believe this manager is to blame for it. I can't deny it. I feel like he's massively underperforming with this squad of players. And he's leaving me with more questions than answers. Hey, big up my bro Matisse in the chat. Hope you're well, my bro. Man said Carlos Vela in the Carabao Cup was mad. Bro, this guy used to chip every goalkeeper in the Carabao Cup. One-on-one, he just dinked the goalkeeper every time. When it came to the Premier League, he just got beat up. I remember a couple games in the Prem, he just got bullied. Bullied. In the Carabao Cup, they used to leave him alone. He was a beast. The man went to America, and in the MLS, the man's like Aguero in the MLS. He scores big goals. They rate him as one of the best. It's a shame. He was a mad finisher. Big up to Matisse, though. Go and check out bro's channel, man. Quality content, although he is Chelsea, unfortunately. But he knows what he's talking about. Marvu said, Curtis, quick therapy. Look at this guy. He can't help himself, you know. He can't help himself. Curtis, quick therapy on Saturday after Villa beat. Yo, you better relax it, I'm telling you. You must be good, though, because you make me laugh. Most people that troll Arsenal, they just get blocked. But you do it in a way that we can accept it. We're all used to it. The DJ Sweet says, Curtis, bro, I go with the eye test, and my eyes told me Theo was a flop. Nowhere near produced the goods on a regular. Who are we talking? Theo Walcott. I wasn't a big fan of Walcott, to be honest, but he did get numbers at times. Yeah, big up Matisse, 100%. Go and check out his channel as well. Big up Alfred. He said, it's not Lacazette, it's Arsenal. We have the striker, but not the wingers. We get the wingers, but no midfielder. We get a midfielder, but not the defenders. Aubameyang and Lacazette will be gone, and the cycle repeats. And it's funny, because I remember saying, I said this on a show the other day, that we had at one stage, we had creativity falling out of our pockets. You know what I'm saying? We had so much of it. We had the Haleb, Rosicky, Fabregas, Nasri time. Then it was Santi Cazorla, Ozil, Sanchez, Walcott. We were just like, please get an upgrade on Giroud and we win the title. We sat there. By the time we got Lacazette and Aubameyang, Sanchez leaves. Ozil has declined. Walcott's declined and left. Santi Cazorla's injury prone. And then we start the process again. Then we had Santi. We needed the beast midfielder next to him. We wait till Santi leaves to buy Thomas Partey. Imagine Partey next to Santi Cazorla with a prime Mesut Ozil in front. And this is the problem. We never fix all the problems. We patch up a couple holes and then it starts leaking somewhere else. You know what I'm saying? That's exactly what happens with Arsenal. And the same thing now. Now the strikers are starting to decline. The wingers are not scoring. And then in a year, Lacazette's going to leave in the summer. Aubameyang will probably leave. Then we'll have to spend another 80 million on a striker. And then Thomas Partey will probably be nearly 30. And it just repeats itself, unfortunately. And Nzonzi and Cazorla, Emery tried to sign Nzonzi. Khaled said, big up Big C, do you reckon Man City will finally win the Champions League? I wouldn't put them as favourites. I can't lie, I wouldn't. I've said all along, Man City are a striker short for me. Do you know what? Watching that Atletico-Liverpool game the other night, João Felix, João Felix, to me, has got Pep Guardiola and Man City written all over him. Link-up play, the movement, he can finish. João Felix for me, if they can't get a Haaland or someone like that. Walcott was a B-Tech Pepe. I didn't like Walcott, but he did produce numbers, I can't lie. Yeah, man said Marvu is Matisse burner account. It wouldn't surprise me, Khaled said, big up Big C. Oh, no, we said that one. Sorry. Have you seen Arteta's Sky Sports interview? Do you know what? Let's get into it, people. Let's get into it. I actually forgot that we were here for Waffle FC. Mikel Arteta has done a press conference today. And at any point, if I feel this guy is going on and on too much, we're going to skip through, because this guy at the moment, every question they ask him, you get like a paragraph's worth of an answer. So we're not going to do the whole... We're not going to read all of it because this guy just never stops. He can't help himself at the moment. But it's that time again, people. Mick Cross is back. It's Thursday. Every day I'm waffling settings, people. Mickey Roast, the boss. That picture gets me every time, I'm telling you, every time. Man's got the cannon tattooed on his head. The two teardrops, probably for the 2 European failings that he put us under. This guy, what a manager. How does he survive, people? How has he got so much arrogance? I never understand it, but here we go. Get your drinks ready, people. Get the snacks ready. It's lunchtime, people. Get your syrup. We're going into the Waffle House, people. And it's time for some Mikel Arteta press conference action. Like I said, man, any questions where he's dragging on, we're skipping through. I ain't got time for it. I would love to know, first of all, before we start the press conference, and I am a man of positivity, people. I'm all about positivity and being happy, right? I'm all over that. But where are you getting that energy from to start smiling like that, bro? We're in the bottom half of the table. We're out of Europe. We just drew with Crystal Palace last minute. And look at this brother. He's shameless, I'm telling you. One thing I'll say about this guy, he has no self-belief issues. He genuinely believes he is the messiah of football. Like, I believe on Halloween, he is going trick-or-treating with a Pep Guardiola mask on his face. He believes he is Pep with a better haircut. Simple as that. He don't care. He don't care how bad we are, where we are in the league, whether we're in Europe or out. he will smile. He's the ultimate troll. He's worse than Marvel, I'm telling you. I believe Mikel Arteta has debt problems because I believe it's sabotage at this point. He's waiting for them to sack him. That's why he's smiling. He's like, listen, when these men sack me, they're going to pay me £10 million. It's a win-win situation. I will never criticize him in that sense. I tell you, this guy does not care. This guy does not care. The ego is huge. Big up to Arteta, man. You do not give a damn. Let's get into it, people. Waffle settings. Mikel Arteta held another virtual press conference. So he doesn't even want these guys in the room with him because I'm sure other teams are having normal press conferences now. I could be wrong, but virtual. We're playing like it's virtual reality, to be honest, at the moment. Let's get into it, people. Latest team news. We have a training session today. 2 or 3 players finished the game with issues. We have to assess them. On Saka's fitness, he hasn't trained yet, so we have to assess him today and see how he is. I mean, if he doesn't train today, I wouldn't expect Saka to play tomorrow, to be honest. But of course, this man's living his best life. 6 million a season, Arsenal manager, never been a manager in his life. He probably wakes up in the morning like, is this real? Bed surrounded by cones. He still thinks he's the Manchester City, assistant, and he realizes he's the Arsenal manager on 6 million a year. He probably can't believe it. Even on Zoom, this guy's mugging people off. On Lacazette's hopes of featuring more, he said, keep doing what he's doing. He's had a good impact when he came on against Brighton, and he is a player since I've been here. He has played a lot. He's been important. On playing without the handbrake on, after scoring the goal and after hitting the level of performance we hit after the first part of the game, it was 8 minutes, by the way. But yeah, I'll give it him. Just make sure that we go for the second and continue to play with the same fluidity, the same intention. So you have to ask the question, why did we not continue to attack? Because in his press conference, he was talking as if the players made that decision by themselves. But then what I want to know is, surely if your team does that at halftime, the first thing you say, why are we retreating? They are Crystal Palace. We are winning 1-0 at halftime. Get out there and try and attack. But we still continue to retreat in the second half, and I don't understand it. So are these players not listening to him? Are they ignoring him? Are they going, oh, whatever, mate? We've heard that waffle before. We'll do our own thing. Do you know what I'm saying? So I don't get it. I don't get it, people. I don't understand it. And we have to do that for longer periods. We're going to skip through. He said, on Villa, it is a test. They have shown how difficult they can be because we haven't got the results we wanted against them recently. That's an understatement. They took 6 points off us last year. If he will give an update on the players he has concerns about, he says, no, there are a few. On whether Saka will be available, he said, I'm not a betting man, and it is down to the doctors and himself to see how he recovers. So he don't like a bet. On his importance, he is very important. He has shown it for the team. The questions are dreadful as usual. Trust me, man, bed full of cones, people. Water bottles all over the place. I'm telling you, there's a poster of Pep up. He wakes up in the morning. There's got to be a poster of Pep in front of his wall, surely. You know what I mean? The man loves Pep, man, I'm telling you. But I'm not seeing no Pep Guardiola football. I'm seeing Tony Pulis. I'm seeing Sam Allardyce. I'm seeing Roy Hodgson football. You played at PSG with Ronaldinho, by the way, for a short period of time. You went to Rangers and were successful up there. You played for Arsene Wenger, one of the best attacking managers in Premier League history. And then you spend 3.5 years coaching with Pep Guardiola. And I'm watching Sam Allardyce football at the Emirates, people. Well, I don't get it. It doesn't add up to me. Big up to my brother Turkish in the chat. Hope you're well, bro. He said 900 live, only 200 likes. Let me come back in 10 minutes to see. Yo, he's spoken, man. He's spoken. When's the next Big Six show, man? We need to know. We need to know. That Man United game was crazy, man. I bet Saeed's squealing like Mickey Mouse at the moment, man. I'm telling you. But go and subscribe to Turkish if you haven't already. Big up to bro in the chat. Somebody has to ask some serious questions. Bro, I don't think they're allowed. I reckon they must put their questions in before the press conference and they go, no, not that one. You're not asking him that. No, you're not saying that. Just ask him how he feels ahead of the game. No, you're not even coming in after asking. I'm telling you, man, because these questions don't make sense. Robbo said his bed is made in the shape and color of a cone. Man just sleeps in the middle of a red cone. Oh dear, Kevin Campbell. Hopefully, we get him on next week, people. I haven't spoke to Kev since when I spoke to him at the weekend. Jay Warren said, "Yo, Curtis, just finished watching you on Talk Is Cheap. It's a Curtis day. Hey, why not, people? Why not get Arteta in Squid Game? Oh my days, he wouldn't last long with his tactics. I'm telling you." On the reception at Lacazette got when he came on. I mean, those questions to me are a waste of time. We all like him. We're all going to applaud him. I think he was able to transmit that energy. He loves that, innit? He loves that transmit. I mean, did this guy is transmit hate, transmit energy, all of that? We're going to skip through that. You know, it's obvious. The fans like Lacazette. Of course, they're going to give him a good reception. On Lacazette's contract running down, he said, "It is the situation that we have to accept it. I cannot ask anything for the player, the way he is dealing with that situation. It is not an individual situation because it has a knock-on effect on others as well. We have had to deal with in the past, and we have to see what the best option will be for everyone at the end of the season." My first question would be to that, right? The club are a self-sustaining model, apparently, you know, quote unquote, self-sustaining. They just don't seem to sustain very well. Why would you allow a £50 million signing to run down his contract to the end of his contract? So what? You're going to sit down with him at the end of his contract when clubs are going to be making him offers and say, "Do you want to stay at the football club?" You're finished at that point, because he's going to go, "Well, Inter Milan have offered me this club have offered me this, so unless you can match that, I'm leaving." And Arsenal aren't going to smash their wage bracket to keep him at the football club. You do it when there's 2 years to go, 2.5 years to go. They have no sense at dealing with what other major football club lets a £50 million signing run down his contract? He's 30 years of age. You could have sold him last year at 29. You could have sold him at 28. Maybe got 20, 25 million for him. It's crazy. I don't understand it. The business model makes no sense whatsoever. He said, "On the fact Lacazette is still giving everything, I had no doubts about that. And if I did, I probably would have suggested doing something different with him in the summer." So you're basically saying if you felt there was a commitment issue with Lacazette, you would have tried to sell him in the summer. But you don't think there is a commitment issue, so you'll keep him and let him walk out on a free. Makes no sense whatsoever. Mickey said, "I see Aubameyang and Pepe leaving for free. The club has no sense, no minerals." It wouldn't surprise me at all. Forrest said, "Raul told us this will never happen. More lies, clowns at the top." I mean, do they not keep track of this? We as fans know when these contracts run out. I would sit down with 2.5 years left of Lacazette's contract. I would sit down with the board and the manager and say, "Are we happy with Lacazette or not? He's on 170 grand. His new contract will be an increase. If we're happy, we extend his contract and get him to 4 years. If we're not happy, we look to sell him now." Because with 2 years left, he's not going to spend 2 years being a bit part player. It would be in his best interest to move. And you get some money back for him and you go and sign another striker. But Arsenal, if it makes sense, people, they won't do it. They just won't do it. On if he would like Lacazette to stay if it were up to him, I can tell you now without even reading this will be a political answer. Well, he's our player and I treat him like any other player. Not because he has a year left or doesn't have a year left. I'm not going to treat him differently, and that's what he deserves. I mean, bro, the man didn't ask you that. You know what I mean? The man didn't ask you how you're going to treat him. We want to know if you would keep him or not. Would you like to extend his contract? It's like saying, "Oh, do you want a drink, mate?" And you go, "Oh, well, the sky's blue." I didn't ask you that. Actually, if you want a drink, like, how do they let him get away with that? If I'm that guy asking that question, I'm like, "But would you like him to stay?" Like, answer the question I'm asking you. Don't make up a question. It's crazy. I don't understand these press conferences. The man has to be a politician when he leaves football. He's made for it. He's perfect. He doesn't even answer the question that you ask him. It does sound more like a no, because surely if you felt like there was a chance, you just say, "Well, you know, we're open to it. We'll see." On Dean Smith and whether the club's faith in him is paying off. Well, I'm not even going to read that. Who cares? We're not here to talk about Villa. He's done a good job so far, Dean Smith. On Villa having 48 hours longer to prepare for the match, and if it will make a difference. Here we go, people. Here we go. You can already see the direction This is probably AirPod Albert asking him this question. You can already see the direction that this game is going. If this game goes wrong and we drop points on Friday, Arsenal Therapy, you will know exactly the direction that his press conference is going to go in. Oh, we played on Monday. Villa played on Saturday. We then have to play on Friday. The players were tired. The players didn't recover from Monday. That's why we were so flat in the first half. That's why we've dropped 2 more points. They're already feeding him the excuse. And this is what annoys me so much. Half these teams this week are in Europe. Liverpool go to Madrid. You know, United had a tough game. They're playing in Europe. We're not in Europe. So it shouldn't mash up our team, should it? That one time we've had a little bit less rest. We spent most of the time giving the ball away anyway. Forget these excuses, man. I'm telling you, it's an inside job. That's why it's virtual. They don't want you to know who's asked these questions. Oh, man. He said, I hope not. I hope we've had enough time and everybody's focused and available. We play at home. We know the type of game we need to play. Our focus is on that. Crazy. On Jack Wilshere saying Kieran Tierney is the fastest player at the club. I mean, listen. Do me a favour, please. Who is asking these questions? Who cares about that? Who really cares about that? Oh, Jack Wilshere saw the Arsenal players do a race and Kieran Tierney won the race. Oh my God, it's breaking news. Kieran Tierney won a race. Wow, I've never heard anything like it. Like, I don't care about that. Why even ask that question? You've had all week as a journalist to prepare your question to Mikel Arteta. And the question you ask is, on Jack Wilshere said, Kieran Tierney's the fastest player at the club. I mean, it's unbelievable. It's unbelievable, Jeff. It's unbelievable. I'm not even going to read his answer. In fact, let's read a bit of it. He said, yes, well, depending on the test, but Kieran for sure is one of the quickest, depending on the distance and the different type of measurements that you want to take. But for sure, he's one of the fastest. Whoa, what a dramatic answer. Right, let's go again. They're asking him about Lacazette again. On whether Mikel will say if Lacazette will be starting on Friday. Oh, dear me. Ah, you're putting pressure on these press conference reaction videos. You really are. I mean, how many managers come out and say, yeah, you know what, mate? Since you're asking me, I'll tell you the team. He'll play on Friday. I'll start him up front with him. It's a complete waste of time. Like, it really is. It's unbelievable what's going on. No wonder they're keeping it virtual. I genuinely believe the Arsenal coaching staff are asking him these questions. These questions are ridiculous. They're worse than his answers now. Let's move on, people. On whether we got an explanation as to why James McArthur wasn't sent off. I mean, listen, let me say one thing. I believe James McArthur should have been sent off. But let's get over it. We should have won the game. We played terrible. I would rather focus on that more. I don't want to look for excuses. We didn't play well. He said, no, we had communication with the refs and the association, why they didn't intervene in the action. The explanation we had, forget it. Let's move on from it. I don't even want to hear it. I don't want to bore you people. On Klopp's comments about Liverpool winning dirty and whether we need to adopt this mentality, he said, yes, my focus is to play. My focus is to win and play well. I mean, we're not winning and we're not playing well. That's for certain. This is what we have to do. When we were playing well and in the phases that we were playing well, we dominated the game. 8 minutes, yeah, we did. We generated the chances and we deserved to win the game. Oh, no. Oh, dear. Somebody, just somebody, please. This is just, oh, my days. According to Mikel Arteta now, we deserve to beat Crystal Palace. I'm going to have a quick drink. What on earth is wrong with this guy, people? Please, somebody explain this to me. We deserve to... What game did we deserve to win? On the periods where we dominated the game. Yeah, 8 minutes. 2 songs on your playlist, mate. Go on YouTube, 2 songs. By the time you finish the second song, that's our period of dominance finished. We ain't even getting halfway through the album. It's absolute. I've heard longer intros on a Drake album than our period of dominance. 8 minutes. Oh, my days. What's Drake's album? Certified Lover Boy. This guy's Certified Delusional Boy. Certified Waffle Boy. Oh, my days. So we dominated the game. According to Mikel Arteta, we dominated the game and we deserved to beat Palace. Dear. He said, the issues come when we don't start to do that. But when you do that, you have to show enough resilience and know how to manage those situations, like we had to do against Brighton in certain moments. I wouldn't say certain moments, mate. They battered us on the South Coast. The only thing we battered were their seagulls, mate, with Thomas Partey shooting. Sometimes individual actions, such as a set piece, helps you to do that. Of course, it's another way of... Let's skip it. It's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. Certified cone man settings, man. I'm telling you. A period of dominance is 8 minutes long, and I meant to celebrate that. Big up Corey Best. Love watching Big C early morning out in Philadelphia. Big up from Philly. Cooper said certified cone boy. I'm telling you, man. I don't know what's going off with this guy. Apparently, we dominated the game and deserved to win. Waffle boy settings, people. I don't know what this man smokes. I don't know what he drinks in them bottles that he used to put out for Man City, man. Maybe he's got Ray and nephews in there. I don't know what's going on. You know what I mean? Maybe he's in the Yardie rave with Ben White and Gabriel. Them man were doing the Bogle dance. All sorts was going off at the Emirates on Monday. Jeez. Oh, these next questions. One of them. Look at the story he's put in there. Oh, good question. On Buendia and whether Arsenal were close to signing him. He said, I never disclosed the players that we were interested in, and I'm not going to do that now. First time it could have got a little bit juicy in the press conference. He gives us a one-line answer. Dear. The famous Buendia stream from back in the day. It's still a classic. And look at this. They ask him things about everything to do with Arsenal. What about Lacazette? Are you going to extend his contract? Are you going to play him? What about Buendia? Did you try and sign him? All these answers. When you ask him about Steve Bruce, look at this. Man's filling the whole page. Just quickly, mate. What do you think about Steve Bruce? Well, I'll talk about that all day long. Look at the answer. He's written him a story. I'm not gonna bore you with all of this Steve Bruce answer, people. He is absolutely going on. I was really sad after reading the statement from Steve. First of all, because I know him personally, and secondly, because of what he transmitted. This guy loves transmitting things, don't he? I'm telling you. You're talking about somebody who's been in the game over 40 years as a player and a manager, managed 1,000 games. Because you have to be able to stay in that level, he struggles. I mean, look, I'm not going to even do it. I'm not going to do it. He said, though, it's a very serious statement and something that has to change. You can't just ignore that. Interesting. He's not happy with the abuse he got, but, I'd rather you had that type of answer when we were asking you something we wanted to, actually hear the answer about. Big up to Steve Bruce, but hey, if the fans have too powerful a voice, he says, no, we can't blame the fans, guys. It's not the fans. Football is an industry that is that big, that has such a big impact in society that everybody has an opinion, and it's great to have a strong opinion and be so convinced. You know what? I'm not going to even do it. I'm not going to do it to you people. It's too much. I just wanted to see if he said transmits again, but I think he's left it. On Lacazette's contract, I mean, they've asked him this. They really want to know if Lacazette's getting a new contract. He said, they're not. He ain't going to answer this question either, people. On Lacazette's contract, he said, it's a problem that occurs at every club. I mean, no, it doesn't, mate. It doesn't. Not every club is buying players for 50 million and letting them get to their last 6 months. So he can forget that. He's already waffling. Because the contract has a length and players have certain ages and certain phases in their career. And it's something common that you have to be able to deal with. So have we dealt with it? Have we dealt with it? Is a self-sustaining model allowing a £50 million player to run down his contract? Is that dealing with it? Why do they not ask him that question? Mikel, my first question for Curtis Shaw TV. This will probably be my last. You'll ban me after this. In a self-sustaining football club, does it make sense to allow a £50 million signing to run down his contract and potentially leave for free? He would not answer that question. He would say, well, I've put Brill cream in my hair today, so, I think he looks good. He wouldn't even answer the question. It's crazy how this guy gets through these press conferences. I don't even know what he's talking about. The next question, they're still talking about Lacazette. Maybe Lacazette's asking the question himself. He's putting different masks on and asking the question. On the possibility of giving Lacazette another year, he said, that's a strategy that you can use. When you do it, You can do it a year before, you can do it during the season, or you can do it at the end of the season. Oh, dear me. Do you know what? We had a pandemic, didn't we, for the last 18 months? Every Monday, Boris Johnson used to come on the TV and start waffling. This is worse. This is genuinely worse. This guy is out of control. We know that, my friend. We know you can give him a contract the year before. We know you can give it him during the season or at the end. You're not banned. There's no time period that, no, you can't give a player a new contract. We know this. Answer the damn question. Tucky, you're right. Just bring the international break back, man. I'll take England against Andorra. Forget it. I'll watch it. I'll do a watch along. I'll jump up and down if they score. I don't care. This is stupid. I'll take Jamaica. We'll watch the Reggae Boys, Forget this. This is ridiculous. Answer the damn question. There are very different ways. Every player acts differently and needs a different level of motivation and then a different level of confidence and a reassurance that he's got the trust and belief of the club. Every case is different. You have not answered the question, Mikel. Is there a possibility of you giving Lacazette a new contract? What is he talking about, people? They've asked him about Lacazette's contract about 5 times. Oh, no. The next question's Lacazette again. I'm done. I might have to end the stream. We're done out here, man. He's not going to answer. He will not answer the question. Out of control. I remember that song, 50 Cent and Mobb Deep. If you know, you know, people. Got what it takes to make the club go out of control. Back to the music up a little bit. This guy is insane, people. He's insane. I'm telling you, international break. Come on down, man. We'll take it back. This is madness. The man is an insane guy in a press conference. I'm telling you. The only thing I will miss about Mikel Arteta when he finally leaves the club will be the waffle in the press conference. I don't understand it. What is he talking about? They've asked him about 20 questions. Will you give Lacazette a new contract? He's answered it in every way but answer it. Big up my bro Fran in the chat. This manager is clearly getting protected from above and it's clearly all manufactured. It is. They're probably telling him. This is how you answer it. On whether, oh my day, do you know what? The next 2 questions are Lacazette. What is going on here? How many Lacazette questions? On whether we could have offered Lacazette a new deal already. Well, it depends on a lot of things. It's not just a matter of being willing. It's being possible to fulfill that will and the when, which is very important as well. This is getting out of hand. This is getting out of hand. Like, answer the damn question. Do you want to keep him or not? This is the Lacazette press conference. This is actually the Lacazette press conference. And he still hasn't answered the question. So they're asking him there, the 4 questions in a row. Can you tell us about Lacazette's contract? On the possibility of giving Lacazette a new contract? On whether we could have offered Lacazette a new contract? And finally, on whether Lacazette definitely won't be offered a new contract. And he says, no, we will see. Anything is possible. You could have said that in the first place, you lunatic. Where's Jeff Shreves, man? Get Jeff back in here, please. I can't take this guy. He's a madman. They've asked you 20 questions about Lacazette's contract. You've given us a bit of clarity in the last question. The guy is a madman. How does he decide what he's having for dinner? Imagine his wife, Mikel, do you fancy some chicken and rice tonight? You say, well, we could possibly have beef. We could have lamb. Or we could have some noodles for tonight. It depends what you think is the best option. No, I asked you, do you want chicken? Well, chicken has many different options. You can have sweet chili chicken. You can have barbecue. You can have peri-peri chicken. It depends on the style and the process. But don't transmit the dry chicken onto my plate. I asked you what you want for dinner. The man's a lunatic. This press conference, you can't get much more waffle than this, people. It's insane how this guy deals with these questions. John Layat said, nah, this guy has shares in the waffle industry. I'm telling you, more waffle than bird's eye, people. This guy transmits insanity, mate. He transmits insanity. That's what he does. The guy's a madman. The guy is a madman, genuinely. Politician FC, man. I don't dare look at the rest of it. Here we go. Here's the excuse. We knew this was going to happen. I said it. I'm being asked to play on Friday after playing on a Monday. Oh no. How can any team possibly play on a Friday after playing on a Monday? It's not scientifically possible. There's no way they can recover, despite the fact that most Champions League weeks, teams are playing Wednesday, Saturday. You know what I mean? Come on. Stop the rubbish. Don't even ask him that question. But look at his answer. Oh, it is very strange. And when we have no European football, it's difficult to understand. But it is what it is, and we can give our opinion. But in the end, we have no say in that. Excuses are ready, people. He has loaded the clip. He will let that clip unload on Friday if we drop points. I can guarantee it, people. I can guarantee it. If Danny Ings has just scored twice and we've drawn 2-2, or Leon Bailey's twisted a man up and we've dropped points, you know the excuse. He will unload the full clip. Bam, bam, bang settings, people. Oh, it's strange that we played on a Friday after playing on a Monday. We didn't look physically fresh. It's ready to go, people. It's ready. He's loaded the clip already. They're feeding him excuses. Stop it. Look, next question on whether it puts him at a disadvantage. I don't want to think like that. If we focus on the game, we have enough days to recover and prepare for the game, and that's what we're doing. I mean, fair enough, he answers it there. Let's see if he answers it like that on Friday if we drop points. This is a decent question. I'll take that. It's a bit of a spiky one for him. I don't think he will like this one. On the sale of Martinez and the arrival of Ramsdale, you know that name, Emi Martinez, is going to be spoken about quite a lot over the next few days. He said, we made decisions with the best possible intentions and looking for the best interests of the club. But as well, it was a very strong participant. It was Emi who deserves all the credit for the amount of time he spent, and he had different spells in his career. Emi skipped through it. His ambition, his belief, and where he wants to take his career was different. It was urgent for him. He was so patient for so long. I'm happy he's doing well. He's a great keeper. I played with him. I managed him. He has tremendous personality, and he's showing that at Aston Villa and the national team. I can say that I'm happy. He's waffled his way out of it. You know, he didn't really answer the question, did he, man? He got out of it. Did it well. He just bigged him up. They should have said, do you think you have a better keeper at the club? Something like that. On Leno and Ramsdale as options, we have two fantastic keepers. We have two academy players behind them. I think we are strong. Wow, this is the last question. This was a serious waffle press conference. I'm playing 4-3-3 on whether he needs to pick and choose when to use it. If we play 4-3-3 the way we played in the first 20 minutes, so we stretch that 8 minutes to 20 now, we win the games. But if we start to play the way we played the following 20 minutes, it doesn't work because, again, that is a transition game and we don't have the players to do that when we play in that formation. The play in the last 20 minutes is something that we haven't done a lot as well. But it worked because we generated what we wanted. We have to be flexible and we have to play players in their strengths and when they are not playing. I mean, listen, people, somebody needs to translate that for me because I don't know what language he's speaking in. He's speaking waffleese, people, because I don't understand what he's on about. Oh, dear. Let's end it. I've had enough. First 20 minutes, next 20 minutes, last 20 minutes. Forget it. It's the game's 90 minutes. We didn't perform. We dropped points. End it. It's over. I'm sorry. I put you all out of your misery. I'm sorry to all of you that I had to, in the words of Arteta, I'm sorry I had to transmit. That's his new favorite word. I'm sorry I had to transmit so much waffle down this camera to you guys today. I'm sure you had better things to do. I have no idea what he's talking about. That is officially, we're calling that the official Alexander Lacazette waffle press conference. That is absolute crazy. I need a translator. I'm telling you, you're going to see someone in the next press conference standing next to me translating it. I'll have headphones in. I'll read out what he says, and then I'm just going to go quiet and look at him, and he can just translate it because I don't know what he's saying. Absolutely. Yeah, you deserve an apology. I'm shattered. I'm shattered. He's tired me out reading that rubbish. Jeez, what a manager. What a manager we have got. If only he managed as well as he talks. That's all I'm asking for. If you can waffle like that in a press conference, get something going on the pitch. Give us something to smile about, you know. Even a translator would be struggling. I'm telling you, a translator would be looking at me like, what the hell is he talking about? I don't speak that language. Oh, mate, unbelievable. Mikel Arteta, the gift that keeps on giving, people. Big up to Brandon, who said, Mikel captions are obvious. He annoys the hell out of me. He's the luckiest manager ever. People argue with me saying, I don't know what I'm talking about. How does this man have supporters? I do not know. This man makes creating content a dream for you, Big C. Is a madman. I have to admit, every time there's a press conference out, I'm like, he's going to fill up half the show with that because he's just going to chat some madness. Big up Luca, who said, big up. Don said, wait, Big C. He says we dominate and we deserve to win against Palace. Bro, I should have ended the whole stream at that point and just locked it off. No outro, no nothing. Salim said, love from Singapore. Curtis, big up to you, bro. He can't even transmit his tactics onto the field. You know what I'm saying? Transmit this and transmit that. The players don't even understand the playing style. Never been a fan of Arteta, ever. No, say me. I wasn't a fan of the player, and I'm not a fan of the manager. Arteta is defo going to be the Riddler in the next Batman. I'm telling you, he can get out of any situation. He can talk his way out of anything. Tom said, stop now, Curtis. I'm begging you. I'm sorry, man. I have to apologize to the community. This guy he's giving me a headache. All right, something else that may give you a headache, and I'm sorry to bring this on the screen, but I've got to do it. I won't hide away from it. These two guys, apparently, you might recognize these two. Team of the week in France. There's two players there who could be playing for Arsenal, but according to our Mr. Transmitter manager, Mr. Waffle, one of them's got an attitude problem, and the other one's not ready to play in the Premier League, apparently. So, they go to France. They go to Marseille. Marseille are third in the league, game in hand. One of them's in the French squad. One's captain in the French under-21s. But according to Mr. Birdseye, Mr. Waffle, these two are they're not good enough for Arsenal. Nowhere near good enough for Arsenal. So, go to France, see what you can do over there, mate. You're not good enough for Arsenal. Go over there, get in team of the week, Mbappe, Payet, nothing to worry about, mate. Don't worry. William Saliba, French under-21 captain, third in the league. Payet's raving about him. Payet did an interview saying, I can't understand why he's not in Arsenal's team. And Guendouzi's been in the last two French squads, could go to the World Cup. And the clause in his loan means they're buying for 10 million. 10 million. 10 million for Guendouzi. Cheers, mate. Cheers. Saliba definitely. Guendouzi has issues. But listen, and I say this time and time again, people, a lot of young players have problems. And when I say problems, it's not really a problem. It's just, can you imagine what it's like coming from nothing? Imagine being a have-not in the sense of finances. And all of a sudden, you're in the Premier League. I believe Guendouzi was on about 50 grand a week at Arsenal. Imagine coming from France, playing in the second division, picking up not much money, not going great. You come to England, you're playing for Arsenal, 60,000 fans. You're on 50 grand a week as a teenager. Fans singing your name, You get in the French squad. Can you imagine what that would do? I got to be honest, if I think what I was like at 19 years of age, if you give me 50 grand a week at 19, I don't know what would have been going off. I can't lie. The way, coming from not having much, you put 50 grand a week in my bank account, you might have a slight attitude problem out of me as well, because I'm going to be thinking, I'm a serious baller. Like I'm a big boy, mate. I'm 19. I've come from my country. I'm in the Prem picking up 50 grand a week. What you need is a manager that can show you the ways and say, listen, concentrate on your football. I know you're living that life. You're getting that money, but don't start, believing your own hype. That's what Ferguson, Klopp, Wenger, Mourinho, all them top managers, it's the man management skills. And I have to say that, and I agree with that, Iffy. I went to watch Arsenal nearly every home game that season when Guendouzi was playing under Unai Emery. Let me tell you something. Guendouzi was popular with the fan base. They loved his energy. When we scored, he went crazy. Remember when we beat Tottenham, he was hanging out the window of the car going mad. The fans loved him. Look what some of you are saying in the chat. 19, 50K. Like you're saying, Connie, you can't chat to me. You think Arteta can chat to me at 19? I'm on 50k. I'm in the French squad. You can't tell me nothing. I'll tell him about himself. Who are you talking to? You ain't even been a manager. Shut your mouth. Yeah, he'll probably kick me out of the club. Look at some of the comments. Do you know what I mean? People will be getting locked up. People have been mashed up. 50 grand a week at 19. Harness his talent. Treat him properly. Nurture him into a player. The guy is talented, people. I don't care what anyone says. Was he the finished article? Is he some sort of world beater? No, he's not. But there was potential there. I can see Guendouzi in a year, 2 years, leaving Marseille and going somewhere for big money, especially if he continues to get in the French squad. He's got a lovely bravery about him on the ball, what I always liked about him. Always wanted the ball. And always tries to make things happen. Fitz is not happy. Apologies. He said, Big C, I'm a gooner. I also subscribe to your great channel. Unless I super chat, my comments never get read out. But non-gooners like Marvu always getting a voice. Not happy. Fitz ain't happy, people. Fitz ain't happy. Fitz, I've read plenty of your comments out in the past. You got to be patient, my friend. There's 1,400 people in the chat. You know I don't ignore anyone. And listen, I don't favor gooners or non-gooners. If you're supporting the channel and you're writing comments, I'll read them out. Be patient, my friend. I don't ignore anyone. Escobar said, I love Mateo. I can't lie. He had that heart about him, man. He wanted to win. Let's face it. When Leno got his leg mashed up against Brighton, who was there having a scrap with Mope at the end? All right, he may have said a few arrogant things. I'm on more money than you and things like that. But I don't mind that. I'm more angry that you've just dropped points. Your goalkeeper's had his leg broke. And this guy smiling, mugging you off. Go and have a fight with him. If I was the manager, I'd applaud him for that. I'd say, where the hell was the rest of you? Go and have a scrap if necessary. I don't mind that. So I think he was misjudged and misunderstood and mismanaged. He's 19 on 50 grand, French squad in the Prem. Of course he's going to be a bit hyped. Control him. Turn him into the player. Show me that you are this manager that everyone claims. And don't even get me started on Saliba. Don't even get me started on William Saliba. I just work here, said the only thing this man transmits are signals from Kroenke. Mikel antenna settings. I'm telling you, man. Curtis, we need a manager who understands the players and knows how to look after them and manage them, you know? The Joker said, Curtis, do you think we need a striker at the winter or should we stick with Aubameyang until his contract expires? Problem is, I think we'd struggle to get rid of him. 300 grand, 2 years left. Who would buy him? He's 32 in June. Where's your award? Hey, the award's hanging up, man. The award's hanging up. And yeah, William Saliba. I mean, what I will say about Saliba. Is Ben White £50 million better than William Saliba? That is what I need to know. By the way, people, this Sunday, 7:45. So we'll go live 7:30. We're going to do a watch-along. Marseille against PSG. So we'll get a closer look at Saliba, Guendouzi up against Messi and Mbappe and Neymar. So that will tell us a lot. But is he better than him? I don't know. He's flying at the moment. In France, he's doing really well. And I have to be honest, people, I'm not fully convinced by Ben White yet. This isn't me slaughtering him because I do think there's a decent player there. But my biggest issue with Ben White is I think for 50 million, you should be an elite defender. You should be a top quality defender. I still look at Ben White and think you can get at him. I think if you're a top quality striker in the Prem, you would look at Ben White and think, I can do him. He's not great in the air. He's not the strongest. If you're a Lukaku, if you're a Kane, if you're a Salah, I think you would look at Ben White and think, I can damage him. Do you know what I mean? And that's what worries me about Ben White. I'm still not... Do I think he's a good player? I think he's decent. I think he's good on the ball. I still don't see £50 million in Ben White. But we'll see. We'll see. Aoki said, finally, Curtis, join me on loan to Marseille. It's amazing. Them man are in Europa League, third in the league. They got a game in hand. It's going to be a very good game on Sunday against PSG. Nice said, we got finessed. We definitely got finessed. We got finessed so much, right, that Brighton sold him for 50 million, didn't even buy a replacement. You know when a team loses a top player and they get big money for him, the first thing they tend to do is go into the market and sign a replacement. Then man said, Yo, Ben White's gone. 50 mil. We'll relax. We'll build a training ground, mate. Them man have got Webster. They got Lewis Dunk. They didn't Duffy. They didn't even have to replace them, man. They just kept their 50 mil. I think they're building a new training ground. Roland said, from Jamaica, Curtis, we need a coach, else we are going nowhere. I'm telling you, man, it feels like that, unfortunately. Saliba is the new Van Dijk. I think it's too early to say that, but definitely a talent. Varel said, Curtis, we all agreed at the time with the punishment for Guendouzi. Now we all want to flip and beat the manager for his behaviour. Listen, for me, I was never saying that I think Guendouzi should be sold. I was never saying that. Maybe Guendouzi needed a loan, some time away to grow up a little bit. But this summer, the fact we didn't sign a midfielder apart from Lacazette, and the fact that we allowed Torreira to go on loan, I think Guendouzi could have been kept at the club this season if Arsenal weren't going to go into the transfer market. So for me, I don't totally agree with the way we've dealt with it. To me, Guendouzi, at this moment in time, is better than Lacazette, is better than Maitland-Niles, is better than El Neni. So, yeah, slap on the wrist. All right, you've been a bit naughty. There you go. Slap on the wrist. Move on now. Prove yourself. Maybe Guendouzi's frustration was, why am I not getting in this team when your midfield is not that good, you know? Arteta, who is unproven, asking Saliba to go and prove himself. There you go. There you go, you know? And Saliba's already proven himself. Levan said, PSG, yeah, as I said, bro, we'll be going live about 7:30 on Sunday. PSG v Marseille, watch along. We will be doing that. It'd be good to see Saliba up against Mbappe. They used to call him the Mbappe of centre-backs. So we'll see. Henry said we should have sold Xhaka. Listen, you know me, 100%. I would have taken the 15 mil off Roma. BX Gunner said, remember Wenger's favourite phrase, we will only buy a quality player that fits the type we need. Yeah, if we can get a player that's better than the players we've got, we would do it. And then he'd never sign no one. It's crazy. Mavropanos is better than Ben White. I saw a report the other day saying he's doing really well. I think we only got 3.5 million for him. Junior Gunner said, Curtis, Guendouzi had no positional discipline, was weak in possession, and had the attitude of Nasri and the ability of Tom Davis. Scathing from Junior Gunner said, there is a reason no big club wanted to pay north of 15 million for him. How would I respond to that? You do make some points there. What I will say is, number one, he's playing next to Granit Xhaka. How many players have looked good next to Granit Xhaka? Because he looks good in the Marseille team next to better players. His attitude was a little bit bad, but as I said, I think a good manager can enhance that. I would say he's better than Tom Davis. You know, Tom Davis, I don't think has ever played for England. Guendouzi's getting in a French squad with Pogba, Kante, and however, Tolisso, all these quality midfielders. No big club wanted to pay north of 15 mil. I think no big club had to pay north of 15 mil so they could get him for cheap, you know. You could say the same thing for Granit Xhaka, Swiss captain, had a good Euros. No one was willing to pay more than 15 for him. So you make a point, but I think it's a little cloudy as well at the same time. Sir Fester said, Curtis, I've watched almost all of the Olympics. What's he saying here? Man of the match. Olympic, what's he saying here? I've watched almost all the Olympic Marseille matches this season. I'm still going to watch their match against Lazio today. Saliba and Guendouzi are real ballers. Apologies for that. Yeah, big up, bro. Thank you for your comment. Appreciate your input. Definitely good. Definitely good. The Wenger accent, man, I thought that was bang on, to be fair. People saying I didn't even sound French. You know what I mean? El Clasico, we might do. It's funny, El Clasico it's not even seen as a big game anymore. Which is crazy, you know. DV said, Big C, all he had to do is apologize, but he thinks he's bigger than the club at such a young age. I mean, did he refuse to apologize? I mean, there were rumors. I suppose if that is the case, it's difficult. You know, it's difficult for him to be kept at the club. You do have to hold your hands up if you've done wrong. Guendouzi was rated at like 40 million under Emery. Remember that? He was one of the most highly rated under 21 players in Europe under Unai Emery. He was being linked with PSG at one stage, you know, so we have to remember that. Nicky says, come on, El Clasico will always be the biggest game. It is, you know what I mean, just in terms of some of the names that have been on the pitch. Since the Messi, Ronaldo, I feel like the Clasico has dropped, but it is still a big game. We may cover it. Apparently, Guendouzi said to Arteta that Arteta doesn't know what he's doing. You're spot on, mate. You're spot on. But yeah, you probably don't say it to him when you're a player under his coaching. Do we have a callback clause in January? No, I believe we don't. Unless Marseille don't buy him, and I think they do have the option to buy him. I don't think he comes back. No watch along later on. I say fortunately, I'm going to a movie premiere tonight, people, in Leicester Square with Robbie and a few of the AFTV guys. So fortunate to be invited to that. Some animated movie that's coming out tomorrow. It don't look great, to be honest. Don't tell the people I said that, by the way. But yeah, we're going to some movie premieres. So we're going to that tonight. So I won't be watching any of the Europa League people. Yeah, James Bond settings, man. You know what I mean? I'm rolling in, suited and booted again. But yeah, big up to everyone. So the movie's called Chuck Steele or something. Chuck Steele. I don't know too much about it. It don't look like my type of movie, to be honest. But hey, we go to the premiere, red carpet settings. You know them ones. Yeah, man, red carpet people. We're moving. So yeah, no watch along tonight. Tomorrow, what we got going on tomorrow? Tomorrow, 11:30. I'm on Deluded Gooners channel. 11:30. So check me out on there. 2:30, we're back on here. We'll do a preview to the game. And then 7:15 tomorrow, watch along. Friday, Arsenal against Aston Villa. No more stress-free watch alongs. This is the real stress watch along. You know what I mean? So, yeah, we'll be doing that. And busy day tomorrow. So, like I said, tomorrow, 11:30, I'm on DG's channel. 2:30 back on here. And then 7:15 for the watch along. Arsenal against Aston Villa. Hope you all enjoy the rest of your Thursday. I'll do up the red carpet tonight. I'll represent you properly, people. And we'll be back tomorrow. Let's hope Arsenal do not ruin the weekend, man. You've already ruined the week. Don't ruin the weekend. No more Mikel Arteta waffle after that press conference. Enjoy the rest of your Thursday, people, and I'll see you all tomorrow. Take care, everyone. Bless.